Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95, only on the big station. Get a taste of the enchanting Creole and indigenous cuisine and lifestyles of the charming people of Dominica. Experience the dynamic rhythms of our culture, music, and entertainment, our vibrant, unique niche agribusiness products, our refreshing range of colorful flowers, and the fabulous foliage in our horticulture. Explore the prolific life-sustaining values of our natural foods, herbal teas, spices, and medicines. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951, every day, Monday to Friday, on Live 95, only on the big station, only on Q95.
Welcome to Q95's Lunchtime News Update for today, Friday, December 30th, 2016, brought to you through the kind compliments of Fresh Vitamins.
At Fresh Vitamins, we've got everything you need for health and well-being. We carry a wide range of all-natural sports nutrition and health supplements, plus gluten-free and organic foods, all from quality brands, including Solaray, Cal, Bob's Red Mill, Nature's Way, Source Naturals, and Designer Way. Fresh Vitamins has two convenient locations. We're at number 7, Great George Street, Roseau, and we're in Portsmouth, inside IGA Whitchurch Supermarket. Join our discount club and save up to 20% every day on your purchases. Like us on Facebook to stay informed about our products and specials. Come into Fresh Vitamins today and get healthy.
Welcome back. In local news, Wesley MP Ezekiel Basil says many Dominicans are not satisfied with the way the country is run. He made the call for Dominicans to unite in efforts to remove the current administration and rebuild the country. In other news, Jamaica's Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett says Jamaican's cruise passenger arrivals are expected to increase to 2 million in 2017. This, he said, would put the country in the number 3 position in the region after Mexico and the Dominican Republic in terms of visitor arrivals. A total of 1.8 million cruise passengers have visited Jamaica since the start of the year, up from some 1.5 million in 2015. And a residential school for transgender people has been opened in the Indian city of Kochi to help adults who dropped out of school finish their education. Transgender people can face judgment and hostility in India, and around half of them fail to complete their schooling as a result. Sahaj International is the first school of its kind in India. It will welcome 10 pupils aged 25 to 50 years. And the students will be prepared for India's Class 10 and 12 board exams, normally sat when students are aged 15 to 16 or 17 to 18 respectively. The curriculum will also include some vocational skills. And this concludes your Lunchtime News Update, brought to you compliments Fresh Vitamins. I'm Linda Martin. Do join us again at 4 for the Prime Evening News Update. Good afternoon.
At Fresh Vitamins, we've got everything you need for health and well-being. We carry a wide range of all-natural sports nutrition and health supplements, plus gluten-free and organic foods, all from quality brands, including Solaray, Cal, Bob's Red Mill, Nature's Way, Source Naturals, and Designer Way. Fresh Vitamins has two convenient locations. We're at number 7, Great George Street, Roseau, and we're in Portsmouth, inside IGA Whitchurch Supermarket. Join our discount club and save up to 20% every day on your purchases. Like us on Facebook to stay informed about our products and specials. Come into Fresh Vitamins today and get healthy.
That's the talk on the block. Welcome. I'm in search of the opposition leader there. Some big accusations this morning, from what I gather. The ambassador and advisor, senior counsel Tony Asafan, referring to it as economic terrorism. A program to be featured on CBS 60 Minutes about the sale of Dominica's passports. I hope I get to talk to Mr. Lennox Linton before we wrap it up at 2 o'clock to find out just what is going on. What are these all these accusations of terrorism because of a program to be featured on CBS. Millions around the world look at this investigative piece. I see Mr. Lennox Linton being featured in the preview of that program. But before I bring in Kubuli for a few minutes here, I need to give you a sneak preview of what is ahead this hour. Whether the investigation is complete or not.
But I just told you. I just told you what it is.
Which is
I told you that the investigation has been completed.
All right. So what is the cause of the fire then?
That's a good question, sir. Based on our investigations and based on the evidence that we got on the scene, it looks certainly to be a electrical short circuit. Let me just explain myself as that is concerned. Usually, electrical short circuit will leave evidence such as a fused wire. In other words, when there is a short circuit, you have electrical wires fusing, cutting in two, and the end of the wire will ball or fuse. Okay? So it leaves a ball on each end of the wire that's fused. This evidence, this was found on the site exactly where the only electrical outlet was located, and the TV and electrical fan also, which was connected to that area, also was located in the very same area. In other words, the point of origin of the fire, which is exactly which point the fire actually started. This area is exactly the same area where this fused wire was located. And thus, we determined that that was a cause of the fire, because an electrical short circuit can actually cause fire. And it doesn't have to have any component, electrical component, that is TV fan, actually on. That is the component itself. But the component can be plugged on to the electrical outlet. And if you have a loose wire, a loose plug, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. A loose plug on the outlet, there's a strong possibility that it will spark there. You're aware, you're familiar with that, right?
Go ahead.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
listening.
So that may have caused the fire. I cannot determine whether if that is the exact cause, but it's the very same area where this may have happened. That's where the fire, we found the wires, which is evident that it was a short circuit that caused
So
the
you
fire.
were basically admitting that while it may not have been the cause. Yes?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I cannot determine whether it is the TV.
Bring them in, I say, bring them in. Yes, the bottles are coming, and we are happy. Menupaka where the Guinness, the Shandy, and the Malta bottles. Pity free. Yes, continue mene se bouteille la bière one way, but where are the Guinness, the Shandy, and the Malta? Mem consi la bière, every 24 empty $6, and every full crate is $10. Will I oye? Under the potager, in the storeroom, under the cellar, under a step, in the drain, the grass, the highways, the byways. Find them with you, and bring them in. Bring the empty ones, and get your money.
Get ready to rumble!
Dominica get ready for the first ever Clash of the Brass on Friday, December 30th, 10 p.m. at the Strip on the Lubia Highway. In the left corner with over 30 years of experience, the bad boys from Lapa, the first to serenade. In the right corner, 57-year-old 48-karat gold swinging stars. The Clash of the Brass Swinging Stars versus Serenade. Reference Mr. Mix and Prince Maddox enters $30. Who will win? County versus Bing, Dangles versus Bob, Lloydie against Daddy Chess, Alicia against Stars of Peace, supported by Digicel. The Clash of the Brass Stars versus Serenade. December 30th at the Strip. Christmas meets Carnival Punch Party on Sunday, January 1, New Year's Day, from 7 p.m. to midnight. The Strip on the Lubia Highway will come alive with the greatest dance band in the world, 48-karat gold swinging stars, Mr. Mix and Prince Maddox.
Static. They call me
Christmas meets Carnival Punch Party, Sunday, January 1, 7 p.m. to midnight. Come celebrate the new year and warm up for the 2017 Carnival season. Sunday, January 1, 7 p.m. to midnight with stars, Mr. Mix and Waddick at the Strip on the Lubia Highway. Road safety will be observed and security will be Trump tight. Supported by Digicel, the extraordinary network. Christmas meets Carnival Punch Party on Sunday, January 1.
It's about time, Elvis, to tell you Happy New Year. This is the final program of the Dominica Brewery for the year 2016. I just want to say Happy New Year to you and your staff. You guys have done a great job thus far. Looking forward to continue this relationship in the new year.
Good afternoon to you, Matt, and of course, thank you very much. And we do appreciate doing business with you and your station, and we look forward to 2017 and beyond doing business with you. And of course, as the relationship grows, you know, you can expect bigger
and better things.
I say good afternoon to you and good afternoon to all the staff of Q95. I want to wish all of you the best, and also the listeners of the program Talk on the Block, which is where Dominica Brewery and Beverages features every Friday. So we know quite a few persons are listening to hear what's happening with Dominica Brewery and Beverages for the weekend and heading into the new year. And we just want to welcome them to our program this afternoon and wish all the listeners all the best for 2017. And of course, we continue to thank them for 2016. Matt, let me just run quickly on what's happening for the weekend. We just want to remind persons as well. Yes, it's our final program for 2016. So you won't hear my voice on this radio station again.
Until next year?
Until next year. So it's going to be a while before you hear my voice again. It's still next year. Right? I don't miss this station, of course, because it's still next year. I'm going back. Yeah, but let me just remind you that today, Friday, Laplin, the Kobe Hole, of course, with waters in, has passed through the Kobe Hole, you know, all the different type of waters. So you can check them out tonight for big things at the Kobe Hole with waters in review. We have Simon Club and Sports Bar with burger and beer. Lily's Hot Spot, Fonkole, Yakubole Free for 10, Candy Crush with karaoke Fridays every Friday in Picard. We have Reggae Night, and that's happening at the Hub in Kolihu with the Ultra Song Band. We have Ruby's Gas Station with Yakubole Free for 10, the Urban Garden Cafe, Unit 188 Castle Street, with Yakubole Free for 10 from 4 to midnight every Friday. Miss Bell in Salibia, Green Light in Portsmouth, Captain's Bar in Campbell, Yakubole Free for 10, Maria Mason, Portsmouth, the Palette Bar and Grill, Concord, and the Manufacturers Association at the market where you can pick up your 6-pack and all your local products. Don't forget that at the Market Manufacturers Association. What's happening this Friday? Point One Disco comes alive, of course, with DJ Flip the Boss, from 10 p.m. tonight in Laplin. Point One Disco, DJ Flip the Bus, 10 p.m. Runners Barbecue, Canefield comes alive this evening with big domino action. So massive, come on now. Big domino action comes to the Petit Savant boys in action. Check them out tonight at Runners Barbecue. Roslyn on the Pottersville Highway. You know how she does it every Friday. Yakubule Free 410. We have the Clash of the Brass. That's on tonight. The Clash of the Brass. You have the First Serenade versus the Swinging Stars. Big action. And that's happening at the Strip. Lale Coco. Tonight, look out for this one. The Clash of the Brass. Tomorrow, Saturday, heading to Scottsdale at Jabba's Bar. Big things happening at Jabba's Bar. Big A with big action as well. Check them out. And this weekend, of course, in Soufriere, in Scottsdale, in Laplaine. We're going to Laplaine on Saturday as well. At Joel's Place, the Dungeon in Laplaine. Also at Bolo's Place in Point Michel with the Excess Groove Combo and DJ X. Check that out as well at Bolo's Place after midnight mass in Point Michel. Tomorrow, Saturday, Captain's Bar comes alive Saturday afternoon. Big domino action. Of course, the Petit Savant boys making a tour of dominoes around the place. And we know tonight they are runners, tomorrow at Captain's in Campbell, and on Sunday they'll be heading to Jack Seals to check out the domino train with the Petit Savant boys this weekend. Wi-Fi in Soufriere comes alive this weekend as well, this Saturday. So big action all over the place. On Sunday we have the New Year's Bashment. That's on New Year's Bashment. That's on at the Woodford Hill Primary School. And say look out for the Midnight Grovers, Triple K, Asa Banton, M&M, of course, Midian and Matthew and DJ Half Inch. All at the primary school in Woodford Hill this weekend for the New Year's Bashment. We have Grown and Sexy versus Young and Fly. You heard it. Grown and Sexy versus Young and Fly. And that's happening at GTEC in Geneva, Granby. GTEC, of course, is Granby Tourism Environmental Committee in Geneva, Granby, putting on this big one for you. Grown and Sexy versus Young and Fly. Of course, Grown and Sexy, of course, dress sexy before you get flown over. That's what they said. So you can check them out. Christmas on Sunday, Christmas meets Carnival Punch Party. That's happening with the Swinging Stars, Prince Wadix and Mr. Mix at the Strip on Sunday. The Strip at Lale Coco in Loubier on Sunday as well. DJ X at Bolo. Big Kubole promotion on at Bolo's Place with DJ X in Port Michel. Fab Moonlight comes alive on Sunday. Of course, massive, they tell you. Last week was big at Fab. This week, promising bigger things with DJ Flip and DJ Pirates for this at Fab Moonlight in Laplaine. And of course, as we said, the Petit Savant boys are heading to Laplaine this Sunday at Jack Seals Place. Look out for this massive. I know that's a long awaited competition, and we're heading there on Sunday at Jack Seals Place from 12 noon, and at Auntie Maeve's at the market all weekend long, today, tomorrow, and throughout the holidays. You can check them out at Auntie Maeve's. Let me just give you a quick year in review with Dominic Brewery and Beverages. You know, Carnival, we had the Carnival promo, which called I in that promotion. Of course, that happened early in the year. And we have the Summer Endless promotion. We had Die Fest, Creole in the Park, Guinea Street Football, Travelers promotion. You know, we had this big Travelers Passport promotion where persons travel the country to receive their stamp, up their $500, the Creole Festival ticket. Very excited promotion that was on for the year. Cara Sleep. So, of course, Endless Summer envelope promotions where persons won over $13,000. And this one, the Presidente Latin Night going on throughout the year, and various other village feasts that we took part in, including the Granby Breakfast Fest that was on as well, Isidore Chauffeur, Jazz Festival, Wet Fets all over the place. And we wind it up, of course, with Christmas Nice with Kubole, where, you know, loads of persons won money beers, ham, and we also give out a few ham slices around the country. So big things happening with Dominica Brewery and Beverages. We want to thank you, of course, for your support for 2016, and we look forward to your support, to your continued support, of course, in 2017. So all the best, Dominicans, and all our supporters or consumers for 2017.
Thank you very much, Elvis and your team. Looking forward to, of course, talking again in 2017. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Till next year, Mark.
Till next year.
I wish you all the
Till
best.
next year.
Team all the best, and I will see you next year.
All right. Thank you. Let's get straight back into the program here. Here's the Deputy Fire Chief explaining the cause of that fire, that mysterious fire in Silver Lake.
But I just told you. I just told you what it is. I told you that the investigation has been completed.
All right. So what is the cause of the fire then?
That's a good question, sir. Based on our investigations and based on the evidence that we got on the scene, it looks certainly to be a electrical short circuit. Let me just explain myself as that is concerned. Usually, electrical short circuit will leave evidence such as a fused wire. In other words, when there is a short circuit, you have electrical wires fusing, cutting in two, and the end of the wire will ball or fuse. Okay? So it leaves a ball on each end of the wire that's fused. This evidence, this was found on the site exactly where the only electrical outlet was located, and the TV and electrical fan also, which was connected to that area, also was located in the very same area. In other words, the point of origin of the fire, which is exactly which point the fire actually started. This area is exactly the same area where this fused wire was located. And thus, we determined that that was a cause of the fire, because an electrical short circuit can actually cause fire. And it doesn't have to have any component, electrical component, that is TV, fan, actually on. That is the component itself. But the component can be plugged on to the electrical outlet. And if you have a loose wire, a loose plug, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. A loose plug on the outlet, there's a strong possibility that it will spark there. You're aware, you're familiar with that, right?
Go ahead.
Right,
I'm
exactly.
listening.
So that may have caused the fire. I cannot determine whether if that is the exact cause, but it's the very same area where this may have happened. That's where the fire, we found the wires, which is evident that it was a short circuit that caused
So
the fire.
you were basically admitting that while it may not have been the cause. Yes?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I cannot determine whether it is the TV or the fan that caused the fire, because there were these items available on the exact spot where these wires were found. Since everything was burnt out totally, except for the remaining wires, and of course parts of the TV were found in the very same area, and the ball, the wire fusing was found on the TV as well, at the back of the TV as well. This is evident that could have been, and there's a very strong possibility that is the cause of the fire.
So you have concluded that
Yes,
it is?
that's the cause of the fire.
Okay, so that was what was reported to the Prime
Yes,
Minister?
that's correct.
So he has the green light.
Actually,
So you gave him the green light to clear?
we didn't give him the cause of the fire, but we completed the investigations.
What time was that?
Can't remember, but sometime during the day.
Sometime during the day, like
Yeah.
as early as maybe
Sometime
10 o'clock?
sometime during the day.
You can't remember what morning or after?
It was before the Caterpillar actually came on site.
Nous va chanter Noël. Christmas meets Carnival Punch Party on Sunday, January 1, New Year's Day, from 7 p.m. to midnight. The street on the Lubia Highway will come alive with the greatest dance band in the world, 48 karat gold swinging stars, Mr. Mix and Prince Wax.
Static. They call me
Christmas meets Carnival Punch Party, Sunday, January 1, 7 p.m. to midnight. Forward! Come celebrate the new year and warm up for the 2017 Carnival season. Sunday, January 1, 7 p.m. to midnight with Stars, Mr. Biggs and Waddy at the street on the Lumbia Highway. Road safety will be observed and security will be trump tight. Supported by Digicel, the extraordinary network. Somebody's on my telephone here. I know everybody want to talk about what's going on there. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mark.
Yes, sir.
And how are you?
Good.
Anyway, I wish you a happy, if we live to see, in 2017, Happy New Year.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Mark, when I listen and to see, me start saying, hearing false alarm. But I'm glad you go for that resolution because he tied himself. Simple question to answer. I make sure you have to have a time frame. You cannot say you don't know what time. How you going to put your statement? What time you finish? What time you enter? What time you close that? Secondly, look at the police station, probably 1 mile. You mean to tell me you're going hearing about a fire? You don't know what take place. You need policemen to assist sometimes while your men collecting your hose. If they have anybody to rescue the policeman, that is their duty. Thirdly, you saying again that house that if the people were not interrupt, you mean to tell me that house could save? And you speaking about you hearing Roro, Mr. State, just like you tie a crab and you make sure you forget about that crab, so that guy trying to struggle to take out that rope from his neck to come out. You have to give a better statement than that man. You have, make sure you're dealing with fire, you take a test, you pass, don't put no water. Make sure what you see on your report, you report it, and people will understand. But don't come with those type of things and thinking people not stupid again.
All right, caller, thank you very much, Mr. McGlaw. Somebody says pure crap. Did you take any written statements from anyone at Silver Lake? Did the fire officer who allegedly got hit by a Silver Lake person made a police report? Did the fire officers pull out the alleged exhibits which caused the fire from the robbers? Was a written report submitted to the Prime Minister? It is a lady who claimed, yes, it is a lady who claimed that the fire started in her house. Is the guy, meaning the fire officer, is he an electrician? Questions being asked as we continue to probe. Hello.
Yes, Mother, what do you understand why it happened before? He said that he cleared his sin before the
But, my brother, you didn't get the point. I really don't appreciate you calling this talk show if the other police officers cannot call. Please, it's December 30. Please just get the point and move on. Hello.
Matt, good afternoon.
Yes.
I happen to be a metallurgist. I've been in that field for 30-something years, a welder.
Uh-huh.
Matt, if the fire started in whatever point, Matt, the ball he's talking about at the end of the wire could happen because of the intense heat. You understand me? So this fire deputy has to go and check again because that could be a lot of different things that could cause the short circuit. It could be because of the fire, or could be because of the intense heat. He needs to do that. You need to do that interview again based on my deliberation. But good afternoon.
Thank you very much. I heard Mr. Basil, who is an insurance investigator for a number of years, and he's had to investigate a number of fires over many years. Here's what he had to say on the matter.
Cause that aspect of it because the opposition brought pressure to bear.
I suspect we have to fast forward this one here.
To work with fire losses, large one. What I'm hearing here,
that's it.
New. Okay, it's new. I've never heard that. In fact, I'm not aware that the fire service have any cause and origin experts. I'm not aware that there's a cause and origin expert in the fire service, nor in the police service. I have worked with the services before, and we have had reasons to bring in cause and origin experts into Dominica. This is a field. This is a field of study, when we have had reasons to bring in individuals for that. I'm not discounting the capabilities of the fire service. I'm not discounting the capabilities of the police force. In fact, we have had reasons and opportunities to work with the fire service with different heads over the years, and I've received full support. I've received reliable information from the fire service. But it's interesting, I'm not hearing something that I would like to know. Who owns the property? Who is the rightful and legal owner? Who has the insurable interest in the property that was consumed? I've not heard that as yet. So there's all this thing going around. The question is, who is the owner? I really don't know. And whoever is the owner, would the owner be interested in how the loss started, the origin of the loss, what caused the loss? If you're an owner and you would have had a financial loss there, would you want to know what caused that financial loss to you? What destroyed the property? You have an interest in it. Do you want to know what destroyed the property? Or you're just not concerned? Is it that you had planned to destroy the property in the first place? Is it that it is a blessing that the property was destroyed? Where are we going this thing? I mean, in any civilized country that would have a loss of that nature, you want to find out the cause and the origin of the loss. You'd want a full investigation into this matter. You would want to ensure that procedures for the scene of the loss is properly followed. You want to be certain that, because the normal procedures that firemen would go in, they call the police in, the firemen will seek to put off the fire. The firemen must first of all give the green light that they're done with their work, because the firemen will have to do their full investigation to seek to see whether they in themselves can establish the original cause of the loss, or whether they need to bring an expert. That's a call for them. The police then have to investigate the matter, and even if you own the property, if there is a semblance of a crime scene, they must protect the crime scene. All right? And even if you're the owner, when the police is done with it, if any other parties have interest, the crime scene, the scene must continue to be secured. Okay? I am not certain. I am lost. I'm totally lost. How in any way all of this work could be done within a day or two?
That was an insurance expert there, Basil. Let's go back to the telephone here. Hello.
Hey, Matt, good afternoon. How are you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to all my people in Dominica. Red, white, blue, yellow, everybody. Happy New Year. Matt, I got a question for you. Approximately what time the fire started?
We're talking about, from the reports that I got earlier, about 10 o'clock the night before, yes. 10 o'clock Monday night.
Monday night. And about what time did the fire services claim that the fire was under control and maybe distinguished.
They did not speak to that. They just speak to after the incident. But from what I gather, they got there about 15, 20 minutes after they got that call.
Okay, so they got there maybe after 10, say 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
My point is, Matt, I mean, after that has been done, knowing the location, not much investigation can be done in the middle of darkness. Okay? Because it's dark. You're out the fire, the ash is hot, galvanized is hot, everything. You can't really do any investigation at that time. Yes, the investigation is open, so maybe the most that can be done at that time is secure the site.
Because when I came there that morning, there was still a little smoke, you know?
Oh, yeah, you go, man. So you think firemen going to go in the smoke, say they're investigating in the darkness. They can't see electrical wire. They can't see if at all maybe any gasoline equipment or anything like that was wrong there. I mean, you can't determine that in the middle of darkness. So you have to wait until morning come when, you get daylight to really start a thorough investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, sunrise is in Dominic about what time? 6 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So 6 o'clock. Do you think the fire people that was investigating the fire showed up there at 6 a.m. bright and early as soon as the sunrise? I doubt it.
When I came there about 7:30 minutes to 8, a little after 8 there, the fire officials was there. That I can tell you.
Okay, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Perfect, which is great. So from 7:30, 8 o'clock, I would assume that between 7:30, 8 o'clock to at least maybe late afternoon, say 4 or 5 o'clock, the fire service and police will be going through the river, picking up evidence, noting their stuff, tagging different things and whatnot. But Matt, that wasn't allowed because before the end of that day, the thing was bulldozed.
Yeah, but by 11 o'clock, 11:30.
By 11 a.m. So Matt, that's my point exactly. So there was no time, when I heard the fire chief saying that they conclude the investigation, there was no time to start an investigation, much less to conclude an investigation. The timeline just doesn't allow you to do that because, you start your investigation 7:30 in the morning, by 11 o'clock the place bulldozed. I mean...
Well, I tried to stick him to the timelines. He said he could not remember. I don't know why, but I asked him about 4 times during that interview, the time, morning, afternoon, he can't remember. So, I don't know.
So, well, then, Matt, if we have such a fire chief in position that can't remember an event or something that he's supposed to be participating in within a matter of 12 hours of the incident, he doesn't fit to be a chief. He doesn't have the ability to recall events. He doesn't fit to be a chief. He should be demoted. It's simple as that. Buddy, you don't have the intelligence or the recollection of a bloody, what I would say, a preschool kid. So therefore, you need to be demoted. We need somebody that can recall, that can note events, and can, put it down in black and white so that, we can have proper investigation. Excuses like that shows that you're not capable of handling this position, sir. It's simple as that. Now, he could remember Gordon Emanuel, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
If he has that long-term memory and he doesn't have present memory, then we have an issue. He needs to go get some medical help and at the same time sit down, let somebody who, who's better in terms of collecting, and recall evidence to take that position. I mean, man, you don't want to go to a doctor, you see him in the morning, come back in the afternoon, and the doctor say, well, who are you again? What you come back here for again? What is your position? I mean, we don't want that. Everybody wants the best, right? So he's not capable, right? And he should step down from his position. At the same time, if they're going to investigate, the investigation should not be about the fire at this point in time. Because right now, we don't know if really there was a fire. Apart from people saying that there was a fire. We don't know. The investigation should be Mrs. Skerritt, the bulldozer operator, and who owns the bulldozer. That's what the investigation. And I can understand the investigation is still open on the police side because they have to investigate that. They can't investigate a fire anymore. The fire is done and over with. The perpetrator should be investigated now. Who gave the order? Who owned the bulldozer? Why did Mr. Skerritt give the order? Mr. Skerritt should be investigated. That's where the investigation needs to lead now.
1:40 in the afternoon. Hello, talk to me.
Matt.
Yes.
We need to reconcile something, Matt.
What's that?
Because the police said, Matt, that the investigations are ongoing. The deputy fire chief said that the investigations are completed, Matt. Matt, we need to reconcile those two statements because they cannot both be true, Matt, especially based on the close association between the police and the fire department. Especially, again, Matt, we heard the deputy fire chief say that clearly that he ruled out arson, although he was not sure. But he could have ruled out arson, Matt. Matt, the man is behaving like he has a position in the cabinet of Roosevelt Skerritt, Matt. Thanks a lot, my brother.
1:41 in the afternoon. I'm still trying to get in touch with the opposition leader there. What's going on with this program, to be featured on CBS this Sunday? Passports on sale. I don't think that the government and government officials and some ministers are taking this too lightly. Hello. Hello. I'm going back to the telephone. Talk to me.
Yes, Master Stelzy. Good afternoon.
Yes.
The fire in itself is very suspicious. You have to understand straight away that an investigation cannot finish around 9 or 10:30. There is no way that no one is going to take that fishy way of the Prime Minister coming and saying everybody will get $1,000. Where is the $140,000 for public workers? Tell me, Mr. Prime Minister, why can't you not come out with the $140,000 for those public workers while you have George Nanton being the Works Department of Dominica? Come on, think. We are now facing 2017. You will try to paint the whole of Dominica with gold. But the people of Dominica have to understand straight away, 2 decades for a leader is enough. And we cannot take it anymore. What time is it on Dominica? Time to change.
Caller, thank you so much. Matt, the site was secured until was it secured or unsecured? Until the investigating officer from CID told me, keep the kids and people away from the site for the rest of the day because the investigation had to be continued through out the day. You see? Conflicting reports all the time coming in. This is from somebody from Silver Lake. Hello, talk to me.
Matt.
Yes, sir.
Good day, sir.
Uh-huh.
There is a project on the social area on the Eastern District by Rosalie side.
Uh-huh.
And I see people from Portsmouth, Marigot, all different areas working, and not one person from the East on that project there. I cannot understand. You know it about a situation of job problem in Dominica. And I find in not even the PAL rep that can get at least 2 or 3 people to work on this project there.
It's something that we can talk about, but this is not the focus at this time. Okay, caller, thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Ready for the first ever Clash of the Brass on Friday, December 30th, 10 p.m. at the Street on the Lubia Highway. In the left corner with over 30 years of experience, the Bad Boys from Lapa, the first serenade. In the right corner, 57-year-old 48 karat gold swinging stars. The Clash of the Brass Swinging Stars versus Serenade. Reference Mr. Mix and Prince Wedding Centers $30. Who will win? County versus Bing, Dangles versus Bob, Lloydie against Daddy Chess, Alicia against Tasha P, supported by Digicel. The Clash of the Brass Stars versus Serenade. December 30th at the Strip. Second March.
Still trying to touch base there with the opposition leader. Made contact a few minutes ago, but for some reason we can't seem to connect again. We'll try before 2. Hello.
Yes, Matt. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Matt, 2 days ago, when the fire happened and the bulldozer came on the scene, the talk was the Prime Minister might have broken the law. The Prime Minister called for excavator while there was a crime scene. Today, the talk is the firemen did not do their work properly. The investigation was short. And it's very interesting that you, Matt, after discussing what the Prime Minister did, you then afterwards go to the firemen to find out what happened if the Prime Minister had the green light. Don't you think that was going in reverse?
The discussion was what? We found out from Tony Astafan that the Prime Minister received information from the fire chief and the police inspector to go ahead. So, of course, this was a good indication to go ask the fire chief what was going on. You don't tell me how you think I should do my work, and I don't know where you're going with this, but you can continue. What is your point?
My point is, before you had your conversation whether what Tony said was true, you should have contacted the firemen before running a program.
But you didn't hear about 2 days ago, on the very day, the very morning. Were you listening on the Tuesday morning, the 10th?
Matt, I listen every day.
No, I'm asking you, did you listen on that morning? When I spoke about my discussion of the police who did tell me that they put in the cotton tape because they were carrying out their investigations? Did you hear that?
I listened to
No. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Because you're accusing me of doing the work back to front. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard that.
So what did you hear me say?
I heard that. But look now, the firemen give a different story.
Well, exactly. But the police is giving. The police is saying the investigations is continuing. The firemen are saying the investigation is complete. Now, where do you go?
I go to the.
My friend, I suspect you don't even know what you're talking about. 150. Hello, talk to me. Are you there, caller? If you're coming to me, and of course want to challenge, come with the facts, sir. Okay, thank you very much.
Hello?
Yes.
My pleasure. This is Lennox.
Hey, Lennox Linton, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Right, we don't have too much time, but the buzz in the city, the talk on the block is that you've been referred to as an economic terrorist because you will be featured in some CBS 60 Minutes documentary come this Sunday. Mr. Lennox Linton, what can you tell us about that?
I was approached by CBS News 60 Minutes, the producers, some months ago. They said that they were working on a story about citizenship by investment in the Caribbean, and they wanted to speak with some people from Dominica. I gather that they approached other people in Dominica, including the Prime Minister. I got the impression that he may not have been interested.
You got the impression that the Prime Minister was not interested?
May not have been interested. That's my impression. I agreed to do an interview with CBS News, 60 Minutes. I did that interview some time ago. It was, the interview is about citizenship by investment in Dominica. I don't know about citizenship by investment in any other country. I spoke to what I knew in Dominica, what I'm familiar with, and to the best of my knowledge, I spoke the truth completely, and I would like to hear how the interview that was done is represented or carried on Sunday. I don't know what is in the interview, what is going to be aired, apart from what I've seen in the preview, which is Steve Croft asking me some questions about the price for the passport and whether you have to be residing in Dominica for the passport. All the things that are being said right now, Matt, are being said without anybody hearing the interview itself.
So nobody has seen that interview?
Nobody interview airs except the producers of CBS and myself, who would have done the interview with them. The interview will air for the first time on Sunday. And I would really have preferred if people had waited to hear what is said and whether it is truthful or not. Because I don't think anything that I will say in that interview on Sunday will surprise anybody. Much of it has been heard before. But of course, since this has implications for the wider community, the wider world, it is interesting that a network with the repute and stature of CBS has an interest in it and would like its audience to find out what's going on in terms of this citizenship by investment. That's all.
So why is everybody so perturbed?
I heard that there was a parade of heavy rollers from the government this morning, Ambassador Vince Henderson, Anthony Astafan, all of them using terms like economic terrorists and traitor and so on to the country. I don't know. I'm not sure what that is all about. I don't know where we have suddenly arrived in Dominica that when you see things a certain way and you don't agree with certain people on how certain things should run, then you're a traitor to your country, you're a terrorist. Well, let them continue with that. I'm just flabbergasted.
So what was seen, Lennox Linton, from what I gather, is just the teaser, the trailer, the promo.
It's a 30-second preview. In the 30-second preview, there's about 5 seconds of it, which represents an exchange between Steve Croft and myself from the interview that he conducted with me for the program. So the full version of the interview or parts of it that they choose to air will be seen in their special report on Sunday. And
you will have millions of viewers. I mean, just the fact somebody's indicating that CBS has chosen to feature that program on the first day of 2017, it has to be huge.
Well, I mean, I'm not involved in the programming department of CBS. I don't know what drives their decision to air at what time, what dates and stuff. I don't know anything about that. I just responded positively to a request from the CBS to do an interview with them. I've done that, and hopefully the interview and what I have to say in the interview is a truthful representation, to the best of my knowledge, of what's happening in Dominica and what the legitimate concerns are about citizenship by investment in Dominica.
Do you know what time that program will be aired on Sunday? Because everybody's
that program is going to air sometime about 8 or 8:30 on Marpet. I think if people are familiar with, a lot of people in Dominica look at 60 Minutes. It's the 60 Minutes program, which is airing on. It airs weekly, and in this edition coming up this week's edition, which will air on Sunday at the usual time. I think it's about 8 or 8:30, somewhere around there. One of the stories that will be featured in this week's edition is a story that they have dubbed Passports for Sale. It involves work that Steve Croft and his crew did in St. Kitts, in Antigua, and in Dominica about citizenship by investment.
Very interesting. Let us, before you go quickly, because I heard your name being mentioned there with this Silver Lake fire as it relates to you getting ready to, get some PayPal accounts ready for monies to be collected on behalf of Silver Lake. Do you know anything about that?
Man, didn't I speak to you on Tuesday morning?
Yes, at 10.
We're in the studios with you on Tuesday morning. Didn't this matter of Mr. Skerritt saying no radiothons or PayPal account and so on, didn't that come up while we were there?
Right, yes.
What was my response? Didn't I say to you and the people of Dominica, Q95, as far as I'm aware, has never had radiothons for the sake of having radiothons. And so it has always been that where there's a public need, where some life is in danger, somebody needs urgent medical attention overseas, or some other urgent care matter is before us, and the government has either not responded or not responded adequately, then it has fallen to you, and more particularly Q95, to see if funds could be raised from the public for that purpose. Over 90% of the radiothons that you have done have been for purposes of that nature. Am I correct?
Yep.
And so I was saying on the program on Tuesday, and you will remember I said that, and you will confirm I said that, there is no need for any radiothon. I'm not sure what Mr. Skerritt is talking about. There was no plan for any radiothon. The government is doing the right thing, or has promised to do the right thing. And insofar as they're going to be using the public resources to do that, there's no need for any radiothon. But if they fail in their responsibility, if they start not delivering on promises that they have made, and people's lives start being disadvantaged, then certainly people will step up and do what they have to do, including radiothons and whatever else the patriots of this country feel is necessary to help. But in the situation where the government has responded and the government has given certain commitments, we in the opposition, and Joshua Francis was there with me, you remember that conversation, are prepared to just make sure that the promises the government has made are delivered on, and the people's lives are moving back to normalcy as quickly as possible. That was my position. Tony Estefan has a story about the night of the fire. I didn't know anything about any fire on the night of the fire. I was sleeping. I found out about it early morning, and I went to the scene of the fire in Silver Lake shortly before 6 o'clock in the morning. That's the first time I got there. I met some people around there who, obviously, one of them was up all night. We spoke. I saw there was a fire officer there. We spoke. I left, went to do some things, and came back to meet Joshua Francis at the site, where we met some persons, had some discussions and so on. And it was while we were there that Roosevelt Skerritt came to the site with his entourage and had an engagement with the people, the affected, the fire victims, which Joshua Francis himself listened to live while it was going on. I was attending to some other things. When that was over, and it was Joshua's representation that Mr. Skerritt asked in that engagement with the people whether there was anybody with a backhoe that could be used to clear the site. That was sometime after 9 o'clock in the morning, because Mr. Skerritt arrived there after 9 o'clock. Lo and behold, less than an hour after he left the compound and went about his business, a backhoe arrived on a trailer truck to commence the process of clearing the site. At that time that the backhoe arrived, the police yellow tape was up because the area had been cordoned off, not the night before, but the very morning, Tuesday morning. And so it is the timeline that has to be focused on. From the point of view of getting the public to understand what went on, it's the timeline. It is the time. When did things happen? The sequencing of things that will tell the story. for what it is. And I'm looking at a sequence of events there that, quite frankly, is very disturbing.
All right, Lennox Linton, we have to go at this time. It's 2 o'clock. We'll continue that conversation. Looking forward to this program there on Sunday, CBS. I suspect the world, the millions will be glued. Passports on sale.